You need to go home. Vault dwellers are an endangered species. I do not think you would be willing to do what it takes to survive up here. If you insist on staying, then you will have to adapt.
Hello everyone, it's movie time, so get your popcorns and let's get right into it. Today's video explores the best 2024 web series available to stream on Netflix, Amazon Prime, and others. From thrilling dramas and spine-chilling suspense stories to joyful comedy and mind-bending science fiction, these new shows will keep you on the edge of your seat. So whether you're looking for characters to fall in love with or a new universe to escape into, these excellent series are a must-watch on these streaming platforms. Now let's start the video. Number 7. The Letter for the King.
If you set your mind to it, if you do what I know you can do, you will become a knight.
It is a historical fantasy show based on the classic Dutch book by Tonke Dracht. The plot revolves around Thierry, a teenage boy who is thrown into an uncertain situation when a dying knight gives him a critical massage for the king. Complete his goal, Thierry travels over perilous regions and faces several foes in order to pass on an important message that may safeguard the entire nation from catastrophe. The series is action mysterious and suspenseful with a typical adventure narrative approach. There are many obstacles in Thierry's path, including magical forces, terrible opponents, and mountains covered in ice. Along the journey, he makes alliances and meets a collection of other people, all of whom have their own set of abilities and experiences. The story's core theme centers on destiny and what it takes to become a hero, as Thierry struggles with his uncertainties and anxieties as he develops into the realm's guardian. Overall, the show stands out, thanks to its avish set design, engaging plot, and well-rounded cast of characters. It effectively incorporates elements of conventional fantasy and contemporary beliefs, catering to a wide range of viewers. It will appeal to both newbies and fans of the genre, mainly because it explores classic issues from imaginative viewpoint. Number 6. Bodies.
You found something out, haven't you?
D.I. Hillinghead, 1890. D.S. Whiteman, 1941.
There's been 3 murders on Long Harvest Lane, decades apart. The bodies are all identical.
It is a science fiction mystery mini-series created by Paul Tomlin. The show is based on C. Spencer's book, which follows 4 investigators from several areas as they look into a single murder investigation in London. There are 4 detectives at the core of the story: Whiteman in 1941, Hassan in 2023, Hillinghead in 1890, and Maplewood in 2053. Every detective finds the exact same man's corpse without any identification. As they conduct their research, they become linked into one another and to a mystery that has survived for more than 150 years. The show does a fantastic job of portraying many historical eras, with each timeline having a unique aesthetic that corresponds with that age. The show keeps up a tight, thrilling pace with elements of the major mystery being revealed in every episode. Some viewers may find the frequent changes between eras troubling because the show's complex nature of balancing 4 timelines occasionally causes confusion. Despite these little flaws, the show's innovative premise bridges the line between historical and futuristic parts in the criminal drama genre, making it a must-watch for those who enjoy stories that span genres. Number 5. Griselda.
For the last 3 years, Griselda Blanco has owned Miami, distributing cocaine.
Ms. Blanco's operation has been efficient, deadly, and incredibly successful.
It is a crime drama series centered around the true story of Griselda Blanco, a legendary Colombian drug boss famed as the Black Widow. The show explores her ascent to prominence in the Medellin Mafia and her impact on the drug business. Every episode delves into her cunning strategies, interpersonal connections, and the legal authorities to take her down. The show evokes the violent and perilous world of the illegal drug industry, with its period-perfect locations and gritty, realistic portrayals of Miami and Colombia in the 1970s and 1980s. There are some excellent performances in the series, especially from the main actress who plays Griselda, but several story story aspects were portrayed for the sake of entertainment, at times wandering from the real version of history. Overall, Griselda is a gripping thriller that provides a close-up at the life of one of the most formidable and feared women in the world of drugs. It caters to both dramatic storylines and true crime story fans. Number 4. Moonight.
Welcome to Staying Awake.
I have a sleeping disorder. I can't tell the difference between my waking life and dreams.
Hello, and welcome to Staying Awake.
It is a 2022 superhero fantasy action series created by Jeremy Slater. The show presents Mark Spector, a Marine who was diagnosed with dissociative identity disorder and can transform into the Egyptian moon god, Khonshu. The show revolves around Mark's battle to maintain a healthy balance between his three personas: mercenary Mark Spector, civilized Steve Grant, and superhero Moonlight, all the while exposing a deadly plot with ties to Egyptian mythology. The key plot follows Mark as he faces off against cults and demonic threats in addition to other enemies from his past. The show fuses elements of action-packed superheroes with psychological drama as Mark experiences obstacles that put his fortitude and courage to the test, while he comes across legendary creatures, vicious foes, and his own broken mind. Overall, Moon Knight is a fascinating addition to the superhero and fantasy genres that explore deeper psychological concepts while providing exciting action. Number 3. The Winter King.
Darkness is coming. The Saxons will take the Isle. Come home, Arthur. Only you can save Britain.
It is a 2023 historical fantasy drama series based on Bernard Cornwell's The Warlord Chronicles trilogy. Although the show struggled to connect with the audience, its reimagining of King Arthur is enjoyable if you are looking for an unconventional fantasy story. The narrative centers on Arthur Pendragon, a warlord who is trying to reunite Britain against Saxon invaders. Other important characters include the mysterious wizard Merlin, Arthur's love interest Guinevere, and Derfel, a devoted warrior. The series adds additional depth to the Arthurian legend while maintaining a gritty and serious tone that emphasizes the human qualities of its characters and the bleakness of the world they live in. The show is full of action, as Arthur and his friends face off against strong opponents, including competing rulers and the constant threat posed by the Saxons. Overall, The Winter King presents an unusual interpretation of Arthurian legend, striking a balance between historical reliability and creative narrative. It has engaging storylines and strong character development, making it appealing to both fantasy and historical drama fans. Number 2. Fallout.
I know that I've lived a relatively comfortable life.
Stop! Lucy!
It is a post-apocalyptic drama based on the video game of the same name. The story takes place in the year 2296, 219 years following the nuclear war that decimated civilization and left the great majority of people locked in underground shelters known as vaults. The central character is Lucy, an inhabitant of Vault 33, who, in order to save her father Hank, sets out on a treacherous adventure outside the walls of her underground sanctuary. When Lucy ventures into the radioactive remains of Los Angeles, she's forced to deal with the chaotic and perilous landscape and meets a strange ghoul, a bounty hunter, and a soldier, all of whom become involved in her quest to locate her father. Fallout's action and humor can be enjoyed by anybody without prior game experience, but longtime players will undoubtedly find it more enjoyable. In contrast to other adaptations, such as The Last of Us, which properly recount the original narrative, Fallout goes beyond the original work by exploring an additional layer into the cherished gaming universe. The open-world structure of the game is difficult to adapt because of how much material has been inserted into each game. But Fallout definitely handles this complexity, adding fresh aspects while preserving the spirit of the series. Number 1. Station 11.
You can see it out there.
Can I have your attention, please? We have shelter. We have food. This is the best thing that could have possibly happened.
It is a post-apocalyptic dystopian miniseries created by Patrick Somerville. The plot takes place following a horrific epidemic of virus that decimates a sizable section of the world's population. The narrative alternates between the before of the outbreak and after outbreak periods. In the pre-pandemic world, we follow the lives of several interwoven characters including Arthur Leander, a well-known actor who dies on the podium, and Kristen Raymond, an aspiring actress who observes his death after 2 decades in the aftermath of the pandemic. Kristen has joined the team of artists and performers that bring traditional musicals in and plays to the remaining isolated villages. Along the way, Kristen and her friends explore themes related to art and comedy across a variety of people and communities along the way, each with unique hardships and experiences to tell. The show combines themes of survival and loss, with moving examination of what it takes to be human. After a disaster providing an honest look at our vulnerability, Station 11 presents a gripping storyline that is both menacing and hopeful, loaded with outstanding performance, clever narrative, and exquisite cinematography. Fans of post-apocalyptic stories should not miss this. That's it for today. Please subscribe to our channel to see more videos about movies and series suggestions.